Hi, this is Jim Sackman, your Focal Point Business Coach, and this is another of our Business in the Internet Age videos that we're going to talk about over the next long period of time as we discuss how people transition their business based on the impact of the Internet. And today I really want to talk about the financial impact on manufacturers as they move to a direct retail order process from having distributors and retail stores. And there's lots of effects here, many of which are good and a few of which are bad, and we have to understand those. Now, the first big impact is that gross margins should significantly improve. And the reason for that is that normally for a distributor you're paying them a significant discount off list price, where you're giving a much smaller, if any, discount to a retail customer. Now, you may use some of that to pay for coupons for people to buy products more often, but essentially it's a really good deal from a gross margin standpoint for you to have all the margin kept to yourself. Now, one of the downsides that's equivalent to that is that retail orders are much smaller than distributor orders in general, and that means that packing and shipping costs are likely to be up relative to the total cost of building the product for distributors. And what that means, that's a drag on your gross margins, because those costs, as they increase based on the large number of orders that are relatively small, means you're going to have to hire more people, and generally shipping costs are high the smaller the packages. So that's something to keep in mind, but still the overall effect on gross margin should be positive. The second really big bit is as it deals with cash flow. And the second part of this is that cash flow is going to have both positive and negative impacts, and these are probably more significant and more balanced. If you are smart with how you deal with your stocking distributors, you let your orders from them flow straight through to your supply chain. In other words, you hold little, if any, inventory for them in your own warehouse. When they place a significant order, you place it directly on your supply chain, and shipping times, whatever they are directly applied to your customer. In fact, potentially you could drop ship an order to a distributor. Now, that is very efficient from how much inventory you hold and how much inventory you have in hand, because for retail customers, you want to have everything they want to buy on hand at all times, which means you're going to be stocking material yourself and therefore holding inventory, which is essentially financing your customers. Now, the good news for that is that when you do business online, you're going to get your cash essentially instantly, because people are paying with credit cards. Now, you're ending up paying merchant fees, which again affects your gross margin, but you get your cash almost immediately, which is much better news than when you have it paid for by distributors who might be anywhere from 30 to 90 days in paying you. And all of that impacts your cash flow. So the good news of going from distributors to online is that your gross margins should in total be higher, even though there are some cost items and some staffing items which you have to take care of. And your cash flow, if you're smart about this and you're very tight on managing your inventory, should be higher, should turn money sooner, but it means you have to pay much more close attention to your inventory levels and your inventory turnover. So this is Jim Sackman, Focal Point. Change your business, change your life.